Number 1. Good evening, viewers of Intervlog, and welcome to another deep investigative analysis of current developments shaking the political and security landscape of Nigeria, West Africa's most populous nation. In recent days, reports of an alleged coup plot, a dramatic military raid in Abuja, and sudden changes in Nigeria's top military command have dominated headlines across the country and beyond. The story began like whispers, a quiet rumor floating across the corridors of power, but it has now taken the form of a national storm that demands public attention. According to multiple investigative reports, including those by Sahara Reporters and Premium Times, Nigerian security agencies, led by the Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA, have detained at least 16 senior military officers in connection with what authorities describe as an alleged coup plot. And now, the spotlight has turned sharply toward a man once considered one of the political heavyweights in Nigeria's oil-rich south, Timipre Sylva, a former governor of Bayelsa State and former Minister of State for Petroleum Resources under the Buhari administration. The drama unfolded quietly. No public statements, no advance warnings. Late Monday night, a special military team reportedly stormed Timipre Sylva's residence in the highbrow Maitama district of Abuja. Security sources told Sahara Reporters that the operation was not random. It was targeted, deliberate, and based on what insiders described as credible intelligence, linking the former minister to secret meetings allegedly held with some of the already detained military officers. According to those familiar with the operation, Sylva had already fled Nigeria, but his brother, identified as Paga Sylva, was arrested during the raid. The military team is said to have also searched his Bayelsa residence, broadening the scope of the investigation beyond the capital. Now let's pause here and reflect on what this means. This is not just about a home being raided. This is a signal of deep unease within the Nigerian power structure. When a former minister, one who once sat at the highest levels of the petroleum sector, is suddenly linked to a coup investigation, it sends shockwaves through both the political and military establishments. As one security insider put it, this was not a routine search. This was a calculated response to intelligence connecting certain political figures to military officers under detention. The roots of this story go back to a quiet detention operation that started weeks earlier. At least 16 Nigerian military officers, drawn from the Army, Navy, and Air Force, were reportedly arrested and held incommunicado in an undisclosed facility in Abuja by the Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA. Families of the detained officers told journalists they initially thought their loved ones had been kidnapped, as no official explanation or communication came from the military. One family member told Sahara Reporters, "It's been 18 days since our brother was detained. We thought he was missing until a friend in the NSA office whispered that it was a DIA operation." According to multiple accounts, the detainees were not allowed visits, not permitted calls, and have been held under what observers describe as unusual and suspicious conditions. For many Nigerians, this raised a crucial question. What exactly is going on within the armed forces? The Defense Intelligence Agency, by its design, is responsible for gathering intelligence, preventing espionage, and safeguarding national defense interests. However, it is not a court, nor is it traditionally tasked with trying or detaining military officers for internal disciplinary matters. A former military officer told reporters, "In standard practice, if an Army officer commits an offense, he is charged by the Army itself. The same applies to the Navy or Air Force. But when the DIA steps in, it changes the picture entirely." This intervention by the DIA has led some analysts to question whether this is a military disciplinary issue or a political one. One analyst noted, "If this were a disciplinary sweep, there would be thousands of such cases. Why only 16 officers, and why are they being handled outside their service lines? Something deeper is at play." As details began to emerge, attention quickly shifted toward the political dimension of the case. Timipre Sylva, the former Minister of State for Petroleum, is not an ordinary figure. He served as governor of Bayelsa State from 2007 to 2012, and later became one of the key members of President Muhammadu Buhari's cabinet, overseeing Nigeria's most strategic economic sector, oil and gas. Number 2. He was also the All Progressives Congress, APC candidate in the November 2023 Bayelsa governorship election, which he lost to Governor Duye Diri of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. But beyond politics, Sylva's name has long been associated with the power circles of Nigeria's elite, those who shape national decisions behind closed doors. So when security operatives linked him to an alleged coup plot, the development triggered shock, speculation, and fear across the political class. The Nigerian government, for its part, has maintained silence. No official statement has been issued about the raid, the arrest of Sylva's brother, or the fate of the detained military officers. But tension continues to rise. There are quiet discussions in Abuja. Some believe this alleged plot reflects a struggle within the political elite. Others see it as a power message, a warning to potential dissenters within the system. A parable in Nigerian pidgin captures the moment perfectly. When two elephants dey fight, na the grass go suffer. In English, this means, when two powerful people fight, it's the ordinary people who bear the pain. Nigeria's citizens once again find themselves observers in a power struggle they neither understand nor control. Weeks after the arrests and the raid, the Defense Intelligence Agency has continued to play a central and controversial role in this unfolding story. Many Nigerians are asking, why is the DIA leading this investigation? Who ordered these arrests? And what evidence actually links these individuals to a coup attempt? The DIA operates under the Ministry of Defense, and while its mandate includes counterintelligence, its growing involvement in internal political security has raised eyebrows. One security expert told Intervlog's team, "When the line between intelligence and politics becomes blurred, democracy becomes vulnerable." Another added, "It's not unusual for a state to investigate threats. But when arrests happen in silence, without communication or transparency, it begins to feel like something more than national security." As the coup rumors intensified, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu took a dramatic step. In what many see as a strategic reshuffle, the president sacked the nation's top military commanders, including the Chief of Defense Staff, the Chief of Army Staff, the Chief of Naval Staff, and the Chief of Air Staff. The changes came just weeks after the reports of the alleged coup plot surfaced. Tinubu appointed General Olufemi Oluyede as the new Chief of Defense Staff, replacing General Christopher Musa. Major General Waidi Shaibu became the new Chief of Army Staff, while Air Vice Marshal S.K. Anake took over as Chief of Air Staff. For the Navy, Rear Admiral Idi Abbas replaced Emmanuel Ogala as the new Chief of Naval Staff. In a statement released by his spokesperson, the president said, "The changes are to strengthen Nigeria's national security architecture." But observers noted that the timing, coming right after the alleged coup reports, was far from coincidental. As one senior government source told AFP, normally when such a thing happens, it means there was a gap in intelligence. No leader would accept that. Interestingly, while the government has denied the existence of any coup plot, its actions have painted a more complex picture. If there was no coup, then why the sudden removal of top military chiefs? If there was a coup, why the secrecy and the absence of public communication? This duality, denial on one hand, decisive action on the other, has left Nigerians puzzled. A second parable in Pidgin captures this dilemma well. If water no get enemy, why it a flow past certain corner? Translated, it means, if there's truly nothing wrong, why are we seeing such serious reactions? The proverb captures the subtle contradiction in official messaging. A refusal to acknowledge a problem, yet actions that suggest deep concern behind the scenes. The Office of the National Security Advisor, ONSA, led by Nuhu Ribadu, has also been drawn into the conversation. Reports indicate that some of the detained officers are attached to the NSA's office, prompting questions about how far the investigation's reach extends. It's important to recall that Nuhu Ribadu, a former anti-corruption czar, is one of the most experienced security minds in Nigeria's current administration. But even his office has not released any formal statement on the matter, leaving journalists and citizens alike to piece the puzzle together from leaks and insider briefings. Nigeria has a long and complicated relationship with coups. Since gaining independence in 1960, the country has experienced multiple military takeovers, the most notable being in 1966, 1975, 1983, and 1985. Each coup reshaped Nigeria's political landscape, bringing both reform and repression. However, since 1999, Nigeria has enjoyed its longest period of civilian rule. For many Nigerians, therefore, even the whisper of a coup rekindles memories of uncertainty, fear, and instability. That's why this alleged plot, even without concrete evidence publicly available, has generated such intense debate and speculation. Beyond security concerns, this episode has political reverberations. Some analysts believe that the allegations and arrests are part of a broader political chess game, a struggle to consolidate power within Nigeria's evolving leadership hierarchy. Others see it as a warning signal, a message to politicians and former officials who might be discontented with the current government. In Nigeria, politics and security often walk hand in hand. When a political problem arises, it sometimes wears a military uniform. This sentiment underscores the reality that in Nigeria, political disputes often spill into the security space, and vice versa. Families of the detained officers have continued to express deep concern over the welfare of their loved ones. No official updates, no court appearances, no family visits. One family member said, "We just want to know they're alive. We're not asking for much." Only communication civil rights advocates have also begun raising legal questions, particularly regarding due process and human rights obligations. Under Nigerian law, even suspects in national security cases are entitled to legal representation and medical care. But for now, the DIA remains silent. Nigeria's media has played a crucial role in bringing this story to light. Outlets like Sahara Reporters, Premium Times, and BBC Africa have attempted to piece together the fragments of this complex puzzle. However, in a media environment often challenged by government pressure and limited access, journalists continue to face obstacles in verifying claims independently. This has left the public relying on incomplete information, feeding a cycle of rumors, speculation, and fear. A third pigeon parable sums it up. When person cover pot, a no means say soup, no dey boil. In English, it means, just because something is hidden doesn't mean nothing is happening. It's a call for vigilance, transparency, and accountability. Internationally, Nigeria's stability remains a matter of great concern for West Africa and the African continent at large. With the sub-region already facing multiple coup experiences in Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Guinea, the idea of instability in Nigeria raises alarms across diplomatic circles. Western and African analysts alike are watching closely. For regional security, Nigeria is not just another state. It is the anchor of ECOWAS, the engine of regional trade, and a cornerstone of continental diplomacy. Any sign of internal disarray sends ripples across the region. As of now, Timipre Sylva remains at large, reportedly having fled the country before the military operation at his Abuja residence. His brother's arrest remains under investigation. The detained officers remain unseen, unheard, and uncharged. President Tinubu's new service chiefs have assumed office, tasked with rebuilding trust within the ranks and restoring confidence in Nigeria's defense system. But the questions remain, unanswered, unsettling, and unrelenting. Was there really a coup plot? If so, how far did it go? And if not, why are so many officers still detained in silence? Until these questions are answered, Nigeria remains in a delicate balance, one foot in democracy, the other stepping carefully around suspicion. In moments like this, nations are tested, not just by what they do, but by how they do it. Transparency is not a luxury, it is the foundation of public trust. Silence, on the other hand, breeds speculation, and speculation feeds division. Nigeria stands today at a crossroads, between truth and secrecy, between trust and fear. As Intervlog, Our mission is simple: to ask the right questions, to connect the dots, and to help our viewers understand the deeper currents shaping Africa's future. Another pidgin proverb to end with: if goat day laugh, Adon see something for road. In English, it means, when the goat laughs, it has seen something unusual ahead. It's a gentle reminder that laughter, or calmness, should not always be mistaken for safety. Something may be brewing beneath the surface. For now, we watch, we wait, and we report. This is the end of our program today. See you on Intervlog same time tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get new video updates. Thank you for watching Intervlog. Thank you.